Iruka worries about Naruto since he is fighting Neji Hyuga. Outside of the battle arena, Kabuto kills an Anbu in order to impersonate him as a disguise. Naruto's clones fail to hit Neji, who aims for what he believes is the real thing but is unsuccessful. Naruto explains how he held one of his clones back from attacking in order to draw Neji's attention to that one. He tackles Neji again, only to fail when he utilizes the 8 trigrams palms revolving heaven. Hayashi and Hinata are shocked to see it, since it is a move taught only to the main branch of the Hyuga clan. Tenten explains that Neji can see almost 360 degrees with his Byakugan, and emits chakra from any point in his body, rotating to repel his opponent. He then takes the 8 trigrams 64 palms stance, surprising Hayashi since this is an elite move exclusive only to the strongest of the Hyuga main branch, and proceeds to strike all of Naruto's 64 chakra points. Genma then walks up to the two to determine whether the match is over or not. Kiba asks Hinata if she's okay, observing her coughing up blood. Neji is surprised that Naruto is still conscious following the attack. Naruto feels dizzy, but remembers when Lee and Hinata had critical injuries due to their matches, and still managed to continue giving it their all. He manages to get back on his feet, shocking Neji. He then asks about the Hyuga clan, and Neji's hatred for it. Neji takes off his forehead protector and reveals the Hyuga main family's Juinjutsu. He explains the circumstances surrounding his father's death, believing that he was sacrificed as an inferior family member for the main branch of the Hyuga clan. He tells Naruto that his fate was already decided when chosen as his opponent, and that he cannot win. As the fight progresses, Naruto and Neji argue about the outcome of their match, and fate being predetermined. After that, Neji strikes down Naruto with several hits, and tells the examiner that he should call the match. After having all his own chakra closed off, Naruto manages to access the nine-tailed demon fox chakra. They face off once more, now being able to move fast enough to avoid Neji's attacks. The pair then clash, creating a massive explosion in the arena. As the dust settles, 2 holes are seen in the ground. Neji crawls up out of the first one. Walking to the second hole, he mocks Naruto, who is lying there seemingly unconscious. It turns out to be a shadow clone, and the real Naruto, having dug a hole underground, surprises him with an uppercut from below, hitting Neji right in the jaw. This leaves Neji unable to move, and Genma announces Naruto as the winner of the match. Sakura is inspired by Naruto, promising herself to get stronger, seeing the product of Naruto's hard work and determination. Asuma, Kurenai, and the 3rd Hokage are all surprised to see that Naruto was able to control the nine-tailed demon fox's chakra on command. After some medical ninjas take Neji into a room to treat his injuries, Hayashi Hyuga comes, asking for some time alone. He hands Neji a scroll, who realizes it's in his father's handwriting. The scroll described the truth that took place during the Hyuga affair many years ago. Despite the elders wanting Hisashi to die in Hayashi's place in order to protect the Byakugan, he states that he was doing it through his own free will, not to protect the head family, but to protect his brother and their village. Hayashi then bows his head to Neji, begging for his forgiveness. Asking him to raise his head, Neji proclaims his goal now is to become stronger, to follow in his father's footsteps. After many complaints that Sasuke was late against his match with Gaara, the 3rd Hokage decides to disqualify Sasuke. However, the 4th Kazekage tells him that many of the other village's leaders and daimyo have come to Konoha for the sole purpose of watching the sole surviving Uchiha face off against the San's very own Gaara. Hearing this, he decides to postpone Sasuke's match. Kankuro's match is thus moved up, but he forfeits his match with Shino Aburame, not wanting to reveal Karasa's inner workings to Konoha, thus allowing Shino to win by default. With Kankuro's withdrawal, the next match is set to begin, between Temari and Shikamaru Nara. Though initially unwilling, Shikamaru fights Temari because he refuses to lose to a girl. Shikamaru quickly studies the arena and its elements and comes up with a plan. Despite this, Temari has seen his shadow imitation technique in action, and knows how it works. She appears to evade Shikamaru's creativity and adapt to his tactics, however he had been luring her to the tunnel Naruto created in the previous match. Shikamaru catches her in his trap through use of the tunnel, by sending his shadow through it. Although seeming to have clearly won, he forfeits at the last second, claiming to have exerted too much chakra in capturing Temari to continue the match, also adding that if he continued, it would be too much of a hassle. As Shikamaru and Temari's match has come to an end, people comment on Shikamaru's strategy and skill. Asuma mentions he has the most important trait of a Chunin, completely disregarding his own pride, and knowing when to retreat instead of endangering himself and his team. With Sasuke and Gaara's match next to start, the third Hokage sets a time limit for Sasuke to arrive. Guy and Rock Lee walk through the gates. Although still injured, he's determined to watch the remaining match. Sasuke arrives at the very last second with Kakashi Hatake. Naruto greets him, and reassures Sasuke that he won against Neji. Meanwhile, Gaara kills a pair of ninja, who are attempting to rig the match on his way to enter the arena. This is witnessed by Naruto and Shikamaru, who are now worried for Sasuke's life. The match commences. As the fight between Sasuke and Gaara commences, Kakashi apologizes to Sakura for worrying her by being late. He then remarks to Guy about the Anbu presence in the stadium, with suspicions that Konoha may come under attack. Naruto realizes how dangerous Gaara is, and the only person who can currently satisfy his bloodlust is Sasuke. At the same moment, Sasuke begins attacking Gaara fast enough to bypass his shield of sand, oddly reminiscent of Lee's fighting style. Kakashi explains that, having seen Lee's taijutsu before with his Sharingan, they had been training this last month to produce the same speed. Lee knows from prior experience that speed is not enough to defeat Gaara, but Guy recognizes it must serve some other purpose. After continuously being pummeled by Sasuke, Gaara retreats into a shield of sand shaped into a sphere to give himself time to transform. Sasuke is unable to break through this defense with speed alone, and Naruto and Shikamaru both reflect on how Gaara thinks his point is to kill others. They decide that if the match continues, Sasuke will die, and rush upstairs to tell Kakashi. He tells them not to worry, promising there was a good reason for why they were late. With Gaara unable to move while within his shield, and Sasuke unable to break through its defense, Sasuke decides to use his new technique, Chidori. With it, Sasuke was able to pierce Gaara's shield, stopping his transformation, and becoming the second person to ever injure Gaara. At that moment, Kabuto uses a genjutsu to put the audience to sleep, signaling the start of the Konoha Crush, the invasion of Konoha by the Sand and Sound villages led by Orochimaru. With the invasion start, Orochimaru takes the third Hokage hostage as the Sound Four create a barrier to allow them to fight without interruption. One of the Anbu chasing after them touches the barrier and dies. Meanwhile, Sand Shinobi summon the snake and it breaks through the wall. Sand and Sound ninjas infiltrate Konoha, and battles begin breaking out across the village. Kankuro and Temari carry Gaara from the village so that he can recover. Sasuke pursues them, eager to finish their battle. Preoccupied with fending off the invading forces, Kakashi instructs Sakura, who had managed to repel the sleeping-inducing genjutsu, to wake Naruto and Shikamaru. He tells her that they are getting a mission after a long time and that it will be an A-ranked mission. After Sakura awakened Naruto, she discovers that Shikamaru had also dispelled the genjutsu but was just faking sleep to avoid having to fight. Kakashi instructs them to track down Sasuke and stop him. Meanwhile, Orochimaru begins his battle with his former sensei, the third Hokage. They both display powerful techniques in what the observing Anbu describes as a Kage-level battle. Early in the battle, Orochimaru summons the first Hokage and second Hokage from the dead as we see the first use of Edo Tensei to fight the third. The risen Hokage apologize to their former student as Orochimaru prepares them for combat. The second Hokage says that it is the forbidden technique summoning, impure world reincarnation. Thanks for watching. Stay tuned for the next episode. Have a great day.